the ball is for a second there being kicked from one team to the other. Felix Zweier might be of a mind to give it the green light. Let's see. And here we go. Quite simply, it is the big one. Leverkusen versus Bayern in a top-of-the-table clash of extraordinary importance. Die Werkself beginning this direction. In the DFB-Pokal. Tonight it's all about the Oberhaus, the Meisterschale race. Harry Kane trying to get involved there, met by Jonathan Tah. It was his 90th minute winner against Stuttgart that propelled Leverkusen into the last four, and the draw for that last four to be made later tonight live on ZDF TV here in Germany. Although tactically, what are you looking for this evening?
I was impressed by how calm Leverkusen used their midfield to open up their play, how they played into those very congested rooms and those very tight areas, because they were confident enough to do that. I'm curious to see if they can do it now, because Bayern also like to play in this area. It has a lot of people there helping to close those areas too defensively. So it's going to be interesting how both teams, and given the fact that they're mirroring each other tactical-wise, which team does it better in midfield?
Not the presence of Sacha Boey on the left for Bayern. I think we suspected he would be on the right, but it's the other way around with Houssem Mazraoui on the right. And win probability, look at that, in favour of Leverkusen at the moment. 45.6% on the probability scale. That will bounce up and down, no doubt, as the evening progresses. Dayot Upamecano is back in the starting 11 for Bayern after his muscular injury. Had to go off recently against Union. Eric Dyer keeping his place. Here's Boey, exciting player, signed from Galatasaray. And Kim, they missed him while he was away. Harry Kane in that deeper position for Bayern. Trying to spring the pass into the centre where Leroy Sané was positioned. Away by Stanisic. Josip Stanisic playing against his parent club. There's an argument to be made that had he stayed with Bayern, he might actually have ended up playing more than he has here at Leverkusen.
Yeah, but you never know. You have to make decisions on the situation or in the situation that you're in, and he thought it would have been a better idea. Stanisic, at least now he's playing against his parent team and can prove that it was wrong not to give him more time to play.
Tapsoba away, Edmond Tapsoba, another player who was off recently, international duty in his case at the Africa Cup of Nations, playing for Burkina Faso. Upamecano and Mazraoui did well on that right-hand side. Musiala trying to link the play. Jamal Musiala, the Meistermacher, just a few kilometres from here in Köln on the final day last season. The man who ultimately clinched 11 in a row for Bayern, the match against Köln. And Felix Zweier has given the free kick here the way of Bayern, with Boey having gone down.
Yeah, two Leverkusen players. Stanisic gets a little help from Teller here. Or going at Boey, the new man. On the left side, you mentioned, we expected him on the other side, but I think he's a little more versatile than Mazraoui, who is really heavily right-footed and used to, or just knows how to play that right side. And Boey is a little more flexible. And Thomas Tuchel believes he can do it also on the left wing.
Alexander Pavlovic, youngster who He's been perfect in terms of his 9 Bundesliga appearances, always on the winning side, playing next to Leon Goretzka in central midfield. Here's Bowie, Stanisic for company as Bayern trying to cherish the ball. Almost as though both coaches decided, they woke up this morning, I'm going to try to outfox the other bloke.
Yeah, it's really a duel of coaches, isn't it? I mean, it's just, I mean, we all know what Thomas Tuchel can do with his teams, how successful he was at so many clubs, actually. So many titles won, so experienced. But now there's Xabi Alonso, a fresh new face in the Bundesliga, in coaching overall, and doing just a fantastic job. Probably because he really still knows what his players need, how it feels down there on the pitch, and what needs to be adjusted to have the best possible outcome, and he proves just that with this team this season.
Tapsoba with Jamal Musiala trying to apply the pressure. Stuttgart on Tuesday in the Pokal had a bit of success with what you might describe as an intermittent press, high press. Something perhaps to watch for. Remember Bayern against Stuttgart a few weeks ago, just before Christmas, very successful with more of a pressing approach. We'll see who has the possession here. It's still early. 6 minutes in, Leverkusen against Bayern. What is, to use the German expression, ein absolutes Spitzenspiel.
Yeah, an absolute top match it is. And one thing we didn't mention yet, the crowd is singing constantly. I mean, they're just enjoying every bit of football that they can see of Xabi Alonso and his team, their team, the Werkself. They're just loving everything that this team is producing, and rightfully so.
Xabi Alonso, who was asked yesterday, would his parents be coming from the Basque region? He said, no, it's too cold for them here in Germany. It's actually not all that cold tonight at all.
No, it's actually surprisingly warm, given the time of year and that we're in the middle of Germany. I expected worse.
I can tell you, we are perched high above the Bayern Arena here and jacketless, so there you go. Don't complain about that. In February, Eric Dyer settling into life with Bayern. I mean, Adli's pace really came in handy when it came off the bench in the Stuttgart game in the Pokal. Scored that cracking goal. Florian Wirtz setting the table. One of his 2 assists on the night. Granit Xhaka there, midfield fulcrum. Really has made Leverkusen tick in his first season. Andrich playing alongside him in midfield. Xhaka trying to get tightly onto Leon Goretzka. Here's Eric Dyer, and now Goretzka again. And Dyer has to be careful with Wirtz right on his shoulder.
Yeah, I think this is also part of the match plan. It was expected, or Xabi Alonso probably expected, that Bayern would have possession, maybe even more possession than his own team. But they have to make the best of those situations where they can press forward and maybe win the ball in a surprising situation and then go from there. They have a little bit of a speed advantage when it comes to at least Eric Dyer and maybe Kim also when you look at Wirtz, Teller, and of course Adli.
Pass was by Florian Wirtz. Just a bit too strong for the onrushing Nathan Teller. From Teller in the last Bundesliga game. Pretty comfortable 2-0 victory in Darmstadt. 2 points the gap at the top. Thomas Tuchel was trying to put the pressure on Leverkusen by saying, yeah, they've had a great season, but it's only 2 points. It's, in relative terms, nothing. And Bayern using Leroy Sané circling. Here's Bowie. And it comes off Stanisic. That will be a throw in here.
Yeah, Leverkusen needed to recover fast after that long ball out of the Bayern defense. Great atmosphere, as you can hear.
absolutely rocking tonight. The Bayern Arena here in Leverkusen. Plenty of aerobics going on away to our left in that Nordkurve. Teller might get there. There's a bit of a hole in the defence. Dyer had stepped up. Here's Adli, but fielded by Manuel Neuer. A real punch behind the shot, but the threat was there.
Yeah, this is exactly what I just said a few moments earlier. When they can press forward, when they win these balls out of these surprising situations, this is probably the best chance for Leverkusen to catch Bayern unexpected. And once a team is going to be in the lead here, this is going to change a lot, really, because then, of course, it opens up even more opportunities. So who strikes first is going to be very vital.
Well, we asked about possession earlier. I can tell you that so far, it's still early in the game. 80% possession with Bayern.
That's a lot. That's a lot. But as I said, maybe expected, maybe even planned by Leverkusen.
Sometimes it's not about who has the ball, it's about what the match plan is. Against the ball, without the ball, Xhaka and Goretzka not getting away with that.
Yeah, there are so many great matchups in this game. If you see Harry Kane going against Tah, if you see Wirtz, of course, compared to Musiala, but also, of course, Xhaka and Goretzka, two midfield players from the highest level, meeting up face to face.
Goretzka has a good record against Leverkusen, involved in 11 goals in 17 appearances. Now that didn't go to plan at all for Manuel Neuer, over vigorous. And Stanisic will safety first here, back to Lukas Radecki. Not a lot of competition between the posts these days here in Leverkusen, between Lukas Radecki and Mate Kovac, who we saw in the Pokal during the week. Xabi Alonso says the situation is auf Augenhöhe, literally at eye level, nothing between them.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to... Oh,
here's Sané, and there's Goretzka. Well, he might have a great personal record against Leverkusen, but that one went awry.
Yeah, Leon Goretzka just put a little bit, or leaned too much back, actually, backwards in this situation. You need to put your upper body above the ball so it stays down. Of course, he knows it, but it happens.
Let's see if Leverkusen can establish themselves on the possession front. Granit Xhaka, recently named Swiss Footballer of the Year.
Yeah,
so Kimmich on the bench for Bayern tonight. You've just come in.
What a signing that was to bring Granit Xhaka aboard. I mean, he's known in the Bundesliga, of course, from his time in Gladbach, and he was very talented and good back then, but this is a different type of player.
Oh, exquisite little touch on that was by Adli. Alex Grimaldo making the run on the left. What a signing he has ended up being. They got him on a free transfer from Benfica. 9 assists to his name, 7 goals, just the 7. He's been a complete performer. Florian Wirtz. So much talk about Wirtz versus Musiala, the two German Wunderkinder on the same patch of land. Florian Wirtz hails from Pulheim, not so far away. His dad, Hans-Joachim, is also his advisor. He's given him pretty stellar advice so far in his career.
Yeah, the question will be, how long can Leverkusen keep him aboard, really? Of course, every team in the world would love to have Florian Wirtz in their squad.
Andri with a header on, there's Teller. Out of play it goes. Almost a quarter of an hour gone. Leverkusen and Bayern, first versus second in the Bundesliga. Far too early to call this title decider. Certainly a big direction pointer. Bayern, well, the possession numbers dropped off a bit, but winning slightly more of their challenges. And here's Teller with Adli, having made the dash into the centre. Nathan Teller Little nick off Kim into the clutches of Neuer.
It's always hard once you try to play it over the wings, as we see here Pavlovic making some contact with Robert Andrich's shoulder, which is a tough thing, a hard thing to run into. Here he is again winning that ball. That pass is just a little too heavy there to find Florian Wirtz.
Went for the quick ball win, Robert Andrich. First goal in almost a year the other night. It was a thing of beauty. Leverkusen keep finding a way to do it. Up and down the fixture so far in this new calendar year, starting with the last gasp victory in Augsburg. 94th minute winner from Ezequiel Palacios. Here's Mazraoui coming away with the ball for the Münchner Bayern. Sané and Mazraoui and Kane, the arm up in the centre. Jonathan Tah contorting his body and clearing that one away for the Bergself.
And of course the fans don't like that. They saw a foul here on Grimaldo by Mazraoui. There was a little bit of contact down there, but I think it's all within boundaries. Nothing comes easy in such an important game between two of the best in the business.
Leverkusen, 30 games unbeaten in all competitions. Who's going to inflict upon them that first loss? Kim. Too strong for Musiala. Thomas Tuchel told me earlier down pitch side that now they have a bit of a choice. That hasn't been the case for Bayern of late. With Kim back, with Upamecano fit again, with Kimmich available. Has that shoulder injury. Maybe didn't want to take a chance on him. Here's Wirtz striding forward for Leverkusen. An inviting ball, and Adli is there. And it's away finally by Upamecano after Neuer had to get involved. Action stations at the back for Bayern, but Leverkusen clicking into gear.
Yeah, what a great counter-attack that was. Good timing here, the pass to Adli, and it is decision-making now. That first touch of Adli, he tries to get it up.
Here's a chance, and there's a goal, and it's Josip Stanisic against his former club. It came out of seemingly nothing as Bayern lost their focus. Leverkusen have liftoff. It's a muted celebration under the circumstances from Stanisic, but Leverkusen, the Bundesliga leaders, 1-0 in front against the Rekordmeister.
Yeah, talking about losing focus, I totally lost focus because I was looking at the replay, but Robert Andrich didn't take his time. He went and pushed that ball forward with that it goes through the legs of a defender, but it finds Stanisic on the second post, absolutely free. First goal in the game, and it's Stanisic scoring.
Well, such an unlikely source of a goal. Josip Stanisic, his first in the Bundesliga for Leverkusen. So he didn't really want to celebrate wildly. Right place, right time, and on the back of that throw-in, not something we've seen in the Bundesliga this season from either team, or hadn't seen prior to that moment. A goal on the back of a throw-in. Julian Nagelsmann, an interested spectator, alongside Rudi Völler. So as things stand, we're looking at a 5-point gap at the top, but still plenty of time for that situation to change. Wirtz and Andrich. Wirtz again. Grimaldo was available for the pass. You can see where Adli has lined up, going down there. That's an inquiry, mostly from Adli. Nothing doing in the opinion of Felix Zweier, the referee from Berlin. And here's Musiala, with Bayern chasing this game. Jamal Musiala, Piero Hincapié, young defender from Ecuador, attending to his defensive chores. Up towards Adli and Dyer. He's had one or two early difficulties. And the concession of a free kick here by Eric Dyer.
It's incredible. I mean, in these recent minutes, as we see that situation here between Pavlovic and Adli up front, I think it was not enough there to call this a penalty. It was just well defended, anticipated there from Pavlovic, and then he put himself in the way of Adli. But Leverkusen really flicked the switch here. They shifted down a gear and pushed the gas pedal down. It's incredible.
There it is, Blitztabelle. Live table, 5-point cushion if Leverkusen can emerge victorious, but Bayern will want to have their say. They usually do. But it's not lost on Bayern just how strong Leverkusen are. A team without a discernible weakness, even though they're having to go again without Victor Boniface, a star striker, going to be out for a few weeks more. Stanisic with the goal that separates them. Thomas Müller looking on from the bench.
Yeah, it's not that Thomas Tuchel is missing quality that he could put on the pitch if he needs to. There is Thomas Müller, of course, as we've seen. Rafa Guerreiro, Eric Maxim, Choupo-Moting also. And of course, Mathys Tel, who is always able to do something with a few minutes of playing time. But I said it before, who strikes first has really a huge favor here, or is in a favorite position then, because now Bayern, of course, needs to open up some more, and that leaves room for Bayer Leverkusen to counter.
And here is Xhaka. Hincapié. And the run being made by Teller. Is he going to get there? He does, and Neuer with a save, and it comes Wirtz, giving it a lash. Fluency from Leverkusen.
It's just jaw-dropping how easy they make it look. It's just one diagonal ball and then a good contact there from Teller. And it even opens up, the rebound opens up for Wirtz to try again from within 16 meters. It's incredible. Leverkusen is pushing now. They want the second goal.
It's going to be Grimaldo to take this. His 58th corner of the season. Actually left-footed player, Alex Grimaldo, and there's a more than decent header, which Neuer had to deal with. Tah managing to make contact with it.
Yeah, it's a good cross to the second post, and of course Tah has the height and the power to overpower Boe in this case. A few centimeters taller, of course. And you mentioned how he scored that final goal in the DFB Pokal midweek after a cross from Florian Wirtz. It was him on the second post heading in.
So Grimaldo now on the opposite side. Plenty of movement in there. Andri tried to glance that one on. It was away by Sacha Boe. Xhaka, high hanging ball. Grimaldo looking for it. Try to push it around here. Leverkusen. Xhaka, so much goes through him. Probably enjoying life here at the Bayern Arena. See where Stanisic has popped up. Wirtz was in there, but it grinds to a halt. The offside flag has been raised by Stefan Loop. 1-0 to Leverkusen. 24 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, very close call here, but I think it's an okay decision. Just now Leverkusen really pushing high, trying to bring even earlier pressure than we've seen them do for most of the first 24 minutes. And Xabi Alonso, you can see him right now, but he's heavily talking to his players, giving direct